Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're jumping into House of the Dragon Episode 1, Season 1. It just started, so we're going to get right into it. You want to see more of what I do? Hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Infinity Train. These up in full as soon as they're done. Dozens of others. Check it out if not. House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 1. We're in. No intro.
As the first century of the Targaryen dynasty came to a close, King Heirs reigned over nearly 60 years of peace and prosperity. Over 1,000 lords made the journey to Harrenhal. 14 succession claims were heard. Rhaenys, a woman, would not inherit the Iron Throne. The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon was itself.
The 9th year of the king, Viserys Targaryen's reign, 172 years before the death of the Mad King. He already got dragons. Looks stunning. Oh, so many years ago.
Welcome back, Princess. I trust your ride was pleasant.
Syrax is growing quickly.
Feel like I might like him. She has an interesting look. I like it. It's very unique. I don't know how to explain it. I'm kind of just here for the landscapes at this point. I mean, we know what happens in 200 years, but I don't really know a whole lot about any of this. Our first look. What a different time.
The childbed is our battlefield.
The childbed is our
Learn to
battlefield.
face it with a stiff lip.
Rhaenyra, you're late. King's cupbearer must not be late. And my heir will soon put all of this damnable hand-wringing to rest himself.
Are we seeing?
Sparo drivo se gauma kebus.
I don't know what necessarily is going on here, but it's coming off kind of creepy.
I only worry for my mother. I hope for my father that he gets a son.
The king has been under heavy stresses preparing for the birth.
Might I suggest cauterization?
Cauterization.
I like how this guy's just like, yeah, we've not really got anything else left, so let's just burn this shit.
This is the last time, Viserys. I've lost one babe in the cradle, had 2 stillbirths and 2 pregnancies ended well before their term.
She lost 5 kids in 2 years? Jesus. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. We don't have to go crazy now.
Beginning tonight, King's Landing will learn to fear the color gold.
His armor's pretty fucking awesome. Well then. Oh my god, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna... He just cut that guy's nuts off.
Brother?
He cut a guy's nuts off, and they slapped it on a stone.
About my impunity.
All I know is, for a good while, people aren't going to be raping. He does not give a shit. He's like the Jaime Lannister of the group right now.
You are Daemon Targaryen. The king cannot replace you.
Thank you, naked woman. All right, we're getting one of the games.
Queen Emma has begun her labors.
They better hope this goes accordingly.
I would humbly ask for the favor of the queen who never was.
That was who we saw in the very first scene. I feel like some painful shit's gonna happen. Not very practical, but it looks freaking amazing. Look at all the different armors. The guy with the crown on his head.
Eldest son of the hand of the king.
Eldest son, locked eyes. Oh, and he's going right back at him. He took out his horse. Is that like a legal move?
Now, I'm fairly certain I can win these games, Lady Alicent.
Good luck, my prince.
Oh God, his wife.
Do something for her.
We've given her as much milk of the poppy as we can without
Milk of the poppy. What are the rules in this game?
Their lord sent them to the tourney field with fists full of steel and balls full of seed.
It's a marvel that war didn't break out at first blood.
Balls full of seed. Oh! Ah! She's like ripping her fingernails off. I'm assuming she dies in childbirth. I can't imagine she survives, but maybe the baby does. Maybe if they cut it out, are they going to cut it out?
To make an impossible choice.
You got to kill the mother to save the baby.
Speak it.
A technique is taught at the Citadel which involves cutting directly into the womb.
I would ask her. I'd go, do you want... We can save the baby, but you got to die. Because I feel like she'll still sacrifice.
Leave it with the gods.
Look at that guy's head. Oh my god, there is pieces of everything. Alright. As Doc Brown would put it, we're about to see some serious shit. Oh man, did he get it in the face?
They're going to bring the babe out now.
Gods, he's Dornish.
I was hoping to ask for the princess's favor.
Had you and the Queen chosen a name?
That of your succession. These recent tragedies have left you without an obvious heir. The City Watch is fiercely loyal to him, an army 2,000 strong.
An army you gave him, Otto. What are you saying? My brother would murder me. Take my crown.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that is the truth as I see it, and I know that others here agree.
I will not sit here and suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses!
King and council have long rued my position as next in line for the throne.
Gods give just as the gods take away.
He toasted Prince Balon,
To the king's son.
the heir for a day.
You cut the image of the conqueror, brother.
You will address me as your grace, or I will have my Kingsguard cut out your tongue.
10 years you've been king, and yet not once have you asked me to be your hand.
Its greatness and its flaws. What do you see? Man should never have trifled with. I have wasted the years since you were born. You are the very best of your mother.
I, Corlys Velaryon, Lord of the Tides, promise to be faithful to King Viserys and his named heir, the Princess Rhaenyra.
I pledge fealty to them, and shall defend them against all enemies in good faith and without deceit.
They tell us that Aegon looked across the Blackwater from Dragonstone, saw a rich land ripe for the capture. Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men. 'Tis to begin with a terrible winter, gusting out of the distant north.
Lord of Winterfell.
Aegon saw absolute darkness riding on those winds. When this great winter comes, all of Westeros must stand against it. Aegon called his dream the Song of Ice and Fire. Now you must promise to carry it. I, Viserys Targaryen, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm, do hereby name Rhaenyra Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne.
Alright guys, so there we go. We got episode 1 of House of the Dragon. Pretty good start. I can't say it was amazing, but I definitely like it. I dig the music. I dig the atmosphere. I really do enjoy the main character girl. The only thing is, I feel like because of the way the trailers looked, we're going to have time jumps. Maybe we'll have her for another episode or two, but the fact we ended it with her becoming the heir to the throne under her father, I can't help but think that we are going to get a time jump now. We're probably going to go into the distant future. Why also do I think that? Because the trailers have shown her of different ages. Now, it could have just been edited properly and we're going to see her scattered throughout the season. But I feel like it's going to move pretty quick. I feel like we're going to move very quickly and get to where we need to be to have the major event and outcome that we have to have. Now, we just had some of the major jousting events. We met a lot of the families. We saw a Martell, a Stark. I saw Baratheons, Targaryens, Valerians. I mean, we saw pretty much someone from every family at some point. The only downside to everything, and I'm assuming it's intentional, is the king. The dude that's playing Viserys, the king, is the dude from the Coronado trilogy. And I have to assume they picked a guy like that because I can only associate him, and I don't mean to typecast, but I can only associate him with bumbling comedy, like being a bumbling fool in comedy. And I'm supposed to believe he's the king, but he's also, in my mind, one of the worst kings I've ever seen. He is weak in every way. He acts weak. He looks weak. He just acts like a nice guy. No offense, but those aren't the kind of guys you want being king back then. He acts like a regular dude that's just like, oh, like, isn't this great? Isn't this nice? Not to mention, he's married to a woman that can't give him an heir, so that doesn't give him much clout amongst the realm. I mean, it's not his fault or his wife's, and that's horribly sad. I mean, they have a daughter, but now apparently his daughter's going to be the heir, and it doesn't seem like he wanted that. And his daughter said herself, my dad didn't want this, but it's basically he's forced into a position where he's got to. Besides that, we got some very over-the-top violent scenes thrown amongst a lot of dialogue. We got all the feels. We got the cinematography and the views and everything. I dig it. I just need to see a little more. And right now I feel like that was just kind of throwing the characters at us. I feel like we're going to get a lot more action as we go along. So you guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons edit, what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. This is in full unedited on Patreon as soon as I'm done. Dozens of other shows, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Stargate, Battlestar, Eureka, Infinity Train just started. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.